Guess what? Stream cancelled.
We're back! We have picture again!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, you guys look a little bit more animated.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yes,
you have to see me again.
Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to the CTG Podcast for Wednesday, the 19th of August. As always, you have me, GD, you have Cajr, and you have Billy. Yes, we have sacrificed Doc so we can have our cameras back.
You mean I'm not that block of cheese porn?
Oh my god. Cheese porn. It's like, it's cheese porn. What do you expect?
It's part of our lives now.
So anyway, guys, before we move on, I want to ask you guys a question. GIF or GIF?
What?
GIF. I'm GIF as well. GIF or GIF?
What the fuck's the difference? What's a GIF and a GIF?
Do you know what a GIF
Animated
is?
picture.
Yeah.
Right, what's a GIF?
An animated picture.
It's the pronunciation.
It's the pronunciation of it.
GIF. Do you think it's a GIF or a GIF?
Oh, GIF, why?
Yeah. No, because a lot of people on the internet have been arguing about this. It's pronounced GIF or GIF. Now, in my opinion, you don't give a GIF
is a
to
jab.
Well, the thing is, it's widely known to pronounce it as GIF, but I think the person that come up with the term GIF pronounces it as GIF. So that's where the whole confusion is, because he kind of invented the term, so he should have the right to.
Yeah, but because he's got the right doesn't mean that he's got the right to how it's actually pronounced.
Well,
it's like you don't give someone a GIF, do you?
Well, if he wanted to tell everybody it was a GIF, he should have told everybody in the first place. Not wait X number of years and then say, oh, by the way, that everything you're saying called a GIF is actually called a GIF.
I don't know where the idea of this GIF thing came from, but yeah.
But a GIF would be spelled with a J, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's like, for example, the...
You're not going to get me to pronounce it as cedar. You're not going to make me pronounce it as GIF.
Well, it's like the peanut butter in America. They've got something called GIF. That's spelled J-I-F. So I thought, because this whole argument has started in America, I'm guessing. So you would have thought, wait a minute, that's
right.
GIF.
And now there's a war that broke out between the GIFs and the GIFs. There have been no survivors.
One minute. What's that?
We've got a GIF.
We've got a GIF?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a cleaning product.
The cleaning product. It's called SIF now, isn't it?
Yeah, but it used to be called GIF.
Oh. Okay then, thank you.
I rest my case.
Do you rest your case? Well, we
to change the name because of GIF confusion.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
A lot of people, surprisingly.
The wars broke out.
Well, there is
between
actually a war
the
broke
GIFs
out because of this.
I'm not one of them.
But a lot of people, I know you're not one of them.
What, were the people
I think there's better things to argue about, like
with the people in
what type of digestive
T-engine.
biscuit.
With the people
that again.
Oh, I'll just stay quiet then.
Yeah. Do you really want to start with the whole digestive biscuit thing again?
I don't need to start. I'll just finish it.
Orange.
Why is there no more digestives left?
No, there is still digestives, but the fact is, we
digestives.
started. If people were watching the post podcast party last week, we had me, Doc, and Billy on. What was we doing? We was playing Fibbage, weren't we? By the way, yeah, this week we're going to be doing Quick Blast.
Who cares?
A lot.
Tell them later.
No, we're going to tell them now.
Let's get on to the gaming news.
You want to go on with the gaming news? Just all I'm going to say is orange chocolate biscuits are better.
So far we've talked about the pronunciation of three-letter word and biscuits.
Welcome to the podcast.
Create the biscuits.
Who the fuck cares about a fucking biscuit?
We'll go on to gaming.
Is Jaffa cake a biscuit or a cake?
I'll leave.
I'm joking.
And GD can have a two-person podcast.
No.
I'm joking.
No.
Do not joke.
Oh, really? Stupid phones.
And it's a cake.
It's a cake. I agree. It's a cake.
Because it go hard. That defines it's a cake. When it goes still.
Well, they made a giant one of it, didn't they? and I think it's
That's,
something to
that
do with
doesn't
the-
exactly affect it when it goes stale. It's still going to go stale if it's that tall or that big.
Do you want to move on to gaming talk now?
Yeah, come on, Kaz.
Yes.
We're waiting to.
So let's start with, we never do this. Well, have you guys been playing any games this week? Any that you want to talk about that you find interesting?
Nope.
No?
I've just summertime.
I've not actually. This is the first time I've turned my Xbox on in about 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Because I've been working. I've been working 12-hour shifts, so.
When it comes to summer, for me, it's normally just playing replaying games and playing games I missed out on. It's normally just a replay time of the year.
Yeah, but Nintendo didn't bring much out last year, did they?
They haven't brought much out for the past couple of years.
What, last year? Ash?
Well, this year, any year.
You said last year. Don't hurt me.
They got Smash and...
Last year was the best year for the Wii U, but it was the only good year for the Wii U.
You know how bad it is when they've decided, no, screw this. We're
They
just
just
gonna
yeah, they
work
just
on
had
the
one
NX.
big. They just had one big burst, and that was it. That was nice.
It's probably the last year of the Wii U.
You know what? I want to start off. Let's start off, since we are talking a little bit about Nintendo. Let's get it out of the way. Have you guys heard about the unauthorized device that stores Amiibo data?
Oh yeah,
Amiibo.
Amigo. Was it called or something like that?
Amiibo.
Oh, I thought I pronounced it as Amigo.
Well, basically, it's a new device that allows players to store their Amiibo collections data on a single disc, and is likely to attract attention from Nintendo, especially as it comes preloaded with data for 10 figurines already.
Yeah.
It's first noticed by Eurogamer, and the Amiibo is currently taking pre-orders here in the UK for about just under 50 quid.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to be started being shipped this Friday.
I'm not surprised, to be honest. I don't think what's it called, the NFC.
NFC.
You know, the device that's actually used to read
Oh,
the.
yeah, the Nintendo something.
Yeah, I can't imagine that being very secure anyway to begin with. So if you just have the familiar.
So what is it? Are they going to be making their own? By what I can see here, they're making their own little.
Because what amiibos are is they're just like a little storage of like data. So it's just a simple little file inside there, and it just reads it and it goes, right, that's that file. So you unlock this content within the disc. So all that is just whatever amiibo you want. It just reads that piece of information.
Yeah.
So that basically that thing just holds all the data from all the amiibos, so you can just swipe it. So I can't imagine any.
Well,
It's not like bootleg games where it's a bit more of a secure meaning because you can lock it read-only files.
Well, more information about this. The product's description says it comes with 10 figures preloaded on it, including 5 unreleased, but it doesn't specify if this is data for existing official amiibo, homebrewed characters, or both. The product appears not to be authorized by Nintendo. Well, come on, it says Amiibo. What do you expect?
Yeah, they're trying to like avoid it, so they're trying to make it look like a complete legal thing, but it's obviously just trying to twist around and sell bootleg. Right.
Well, Nintendo have been made aware of this already, and Nintendo have actually gave a statement to Polygon about it, and they've said that Nintendo actively monitors threats to its product security. They monitor everything, even when it's not actually a threat, when it's actually making people want to play your games.
They'll update it. They'll find out.
Yeah. And the unauthorized use of its intellectual property. Nintendo will vigorously enforce its intellectual property rights and will work to protect its greatest assets. Its beloved
What
characters
assets?
and products. The product page says added compatibility, cheat system, and new transfer control methods and apps will come after the product ships on Friday, and it would appear to mean that Amiibo data files could be shared or downloaded once that feature arrives. And it looks like it's something to do with your Android mobile, isn't it? You store your data on your Android.
Yeah, you know, like how emulators and ROMs work.
Yeah.
It's sort of like
That's
that.
what it's going to do, right? Oh, so no offense, but it's like another story that we got from Android. They've just got Fallout Shelter this week, didn't they? Last week, and it's already been hacked.
Yeah.
That didn't take them long, didn't it? It's been on what, iOS since it was announced at E3.
Yeah.
No problems whatsoever, and then it comes onto Android. I'm being tangled. There we go. So,
Yeah, it's been hacked to work on Microsoft phones now, isn't it? Like jailbroken.
What, is that what you've got?
No.
No, I meant Cajr.
Oh.
No, well, Samsung.
So you're Android. So, yeah. Where am I going with this? But yeah, been a lot. Well, I'm going to be honest here. There has not been a lot of news this week. It has been one of the slowest news weeks I've seen in a long time. But a lot of the news have been about hacking and stuff like that, especially against Nintendo. Is this something to do with 3DS being hacked? That they've actually taken a game off the eShop because of it having home connections to homebrewing.
Yeah, I think there's an exploit in the game that allows.
That's not an exploit. I'm going to be honest with you. That is pretty much. Here you go. You can now break through this.
When it comes to homebrew, you're installing the software.
Yeah.
Onto the system. It's like, but most like consoles and things, they're normally locked to only specific software.
Yeah.
Well, that's sort of like a flaw. So it'd be like a save data. You know, you're saving, you can download and stuff like that. Previous saves. It's using the exploit. It's the same way the Wii console got homebrewed. Because people used to get Lego Indiana Jones. I was going to do it myself, like a bit on the slide. But I was going to.
By the way, we do not condole homebrewing. just pointing that out there.
I didn't.
Well,
I was saying I was
good.
pondering it just because I wanted to play DVDs on my fucking Wii. Because you could unlock the ability to do so.
Don't say that we don't. Yeah.
But so yeah, you could do it because you could create characters in the Lego game and save it.
Yeah.
So what you do is like get USB, get a file, plug it in, and you'd be able to install it. Like it would think it's a Lego character, but really it's the homebrew menu. So it's very easily done.
Yeah. Well, the game that was on about anyway was called Ironfall Invasion. It was an indie multiplayer shooter for Nintendo 3DS. Been pulled, like we said. The exploit was shown by the code and homebrew developer Jordan Schmielem Rabbit last week. It was going to launch the exploit called Iron Hacks this week until Tuesday, when Nintendo removed the game from both the US and European eShops. But then afterwards, we had another story about it. YouTube exploit that launches homebrew 3DS games revealed.
Yeah, I heard about. That's the one I heard about.
Yeah, same guy again. As promised, the hacker and homebrew developer Jordan Schmielem Rabbit has revealed how the YouTube app for Nintendo 3DS can be used to launch homebrewed 3DS games. It's got particular value to homebrew enthusiasts because the YouTube app is free, and as of now, is still on the 3DS shop. Is it still there? I don't know. I've not heard it
so.
being
I
taken
don't
down
use
yet.
it because the resolution and like the picture quality to watch a YouTube video on a 3DS is stupid. I look better. It'd be better just using my phone.
So there you go. Nintendo haven't had the best of weeks. Again.
Well, this is usual news because they've had this all the time. They had this with the Wii. They've had this
Oh, yeah.
before. This is non-stop. This is news. Like, this is. You could have it. This same as applied to like Sony, Microsoft. Shit like this happens all the time.
Let's move on to the next story. Can we talk a little bit about Rainbow Six Siege? About it being what's it called? It's been delayed. Yeah. Not much of a delay. I think was it supposed to be coming out in October, and now it's being moved to December the 1st. Wait, Cajr, have you just heard about this?
I have been away with fairies at work, and so I don't know anything that's happened this week.
Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege has been delayed now until December the 1st.
What was the original date?
October. Give me some time, guys. Talk. What do you guys think of? Are you guys looking forward to the game anyway?
I got it fucking pre-ordered.
You got it pre-ordered.
I got the damn thing pre-ordered. I went for beta. I don't even know what that is yet.
Well, I know that the Call of Duty beta is happening at the moment.
I don't care about Call of Duty. Call of Duty shit.
Oh, times when you wish Heavenly was here.
Yeah. Can we have another rip on Call of Duty?
Yeah, everyone does. But yeah, all I know is that it's being moved to December the 1st. I'm trying to find what the original date is. If anyone can beat me to it, that would be awesome. But yeah, I would say I'm looking forward to this game. I like the idea that we've actually got to work as a team on paper. When it actually happens, there's no teamwork there.
Yeah.
We somehow clumsily got through the heist missions on GTA. Do you think we're going to be doing well on this one?
Yeah, it's just reminds me of classic cops and robbers. It's just like the Battlefield.
Oh, the
the-
hardline.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that a lot.
Yeah, but the difference is hardline shit.
Well, hopefully this one ain't shit then.
Oh no, this one.
You don't know yet?
The more and more I see about the game, the more and more I actually I keep getting more interest about it. Because I like the idea that we are going to be. It's taking away all the whole. Because with Hardline, it was like you're actually on a TV show. You're doing a sort of cop show type thing. This time, no, actually, you're a counter-terrorist group or a terrorist group, and you've got to save this person or stop these people from saving this person. That sounds fun in my opinion.
Well, I'm not really a Rainbow Six fan anyway. I don't really play a lot of shooters these days.
Can't find the story.
October 13th.
It was supposed to be October the 13th. So
Yeah.
Yes.
it's not much of a change, is it?
I'd say it's nothing to get cry over. It's no big deal. I don't think at all. Yeah, I feel like I would rather have that than Batman Arkham's Knight.
The only problem is I plan on playing a lot of Fallout between end of October to next century.
Yeah, but this game was going to be coming out after
Before Fallout.
Was it? No, Fallout's November, isn't it?
Yeah, so you'd
No,
have,
Fallout's-
you'd have a
Fall-
month to enjoy
Fallout's
that
the
game,
same-
and then
Fallout was the same day as Tomb Raider.
Was the same day as Tomb
That was
Raider.
the next bit, wasn't it? The news.
Whereas Tomb Raider been
No,
delayed.
It's been delayed a couple of days. That's it.
So it's no longer. It's either being a worldwide release or it's no longer a worldwide release.
I have no idea what's happening with that. No offense, though. A lot of people, even if it's a couple of days, it's going to come out later. No one gives a damn because people will be playing Fallout 4. Unless Fallout 4 doesn't work. We know
How can it not work? It's got no online.
But knowing Bethesda, they'll figure out some way of not making it work. I hope more than likely it's going to work. I'm not
Fucking
saying
better.
it's
If
not
it don't
gonna
work, I'm gonna personally come down to Nottingham and I'm gonna push that shit out of you.
You said it wouldn't work.
He jinxed it.
Damn you, GD.
Then I'm gonna build a tower bling and I'm gonna anally rape you with it.
What the fuck?
And live stream it for our viewers.
No, don't live stream it.
Yeah, why not?
No. No. Well, yeah. So anyway, for
Oh.
damn it.
Oh,
Siege.
shit.
You're right.
Oh, is he? Oh, is Cajr dead?
I don't know. He's probably dead.
Okay.
It happens. But what was we on about? Yeah. So that's Siege. Cajr is dead. Oh dear.
We're just rebooting him now.
Yeah, we're just rebooting the Cajr. Don't worry about that. While we're rebooting the Cajr, we might as well get ready to talk about the next story, which is... I think my net's playing up again. Oh, we're having one of those podcasts.
Yay.
Yay. We're already
That's
21...
bloody.
We're already about... I'd say going into about 10
Oh, that
minutes
bloody
of
Xbox
this,
One Skype, eh?
yeah. Anyway, yes, it's been. Oh yeah, PT celebrates its 1 year anniversary. This year, even though it's still you can't get a hold of it anymore.
Well, it ain't been around for a year, has it then?
No, it hasn't, unfortunately.
No.
But a lot of people who have the game installed are still unearthing some scary surprises in that game. I never played it. I'm gonna kill that phone.
It's PT calling. You haven't played me yet.
I swear to God, if it's one person phoning, I know who's phoning. Just going to say that.
It's
No,
Cajr.
it's not Cajr. It's not Cajr. He hasn't got my home number. He's got my mobile number. Oh, crap. That's a giant face. Oh, shoot. Technical difficulties.
Oops.
Technical difficulties. While we're waiting here, welcome to the... We'll begin in a few minutes. Unfortunately, at the moment...
Oh,
you've
bloody hell.
lost
My
our
face
guest.
just got zoomed in.
Yes, it did, indeed.
I'm all screens now.
Oh. I'd like to point out that this has not been the best podcast. But at least we've got pictures this time. Billy, say something funny. I don't know what to say here.
Well, you was talking about PT, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Let me get up, because I believe there is a spiritual successor of Silent Hill starting on Kickstarter. Let me try and find the title.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel sorry a bit about PT because we've spoken about it before, and it's the first time that I've heard that an actual demo has taken the spotlight, and then it's made a lot of people excited about Silent Hills. Silent Hill, it was Silent Hills, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because now there's more than one hill. So,
Or not anymore.
sorry about this, everybody. But yeah, I don't know what to say about the podcast tonight. I don't know what to do. Oh, this is bad.
Right, Silent Hill's spiritual successor, Allison Road, Kickstarter planned. That's a gameplay video. It does look very PT-like. From that, I'm just seeing the one screenshot.
Well, I'm hoping that
It's based with PT being a short but extremely scary game, not to mention a very promising one. Safe to say that many fans were extremely disappointed when it come to confirm the Silent Hills was cancelled.
Hey!
For those unfamiliar with Allison Road, it's not an exact copy of Silent Hills. In fact, the game was in development since September 2014, which is several weeks after PT was launched. Although based on what we've seen, it certainly looks like its developers did seem to have inspired by the game, so the developers were inspired by the game. I'm not too keen about that now. It's not from the developers.
Of course, it's not going to be from the developers.
It's like from the makers of the people who watched.
We watched this and we're going to make it. Enjoy.
From the makers of the people that played Halo.
But I don't know. It's nice that people are still discovering things in the original one, who have got access to it. But it's kind of like, oh, I'm finding this. There's all these stories and that lot. You do know the game is not going to be made now. The guy who actually has the people who were going to make this game, they're not making the game. I'm sorry.
What's that?
Yeah, Silent Hills.
Yeah, you give up that. That's a dead one.
Yeah.
It's been cancelled.
It's been cancelled. Give up. It's dead. I'm sorry. As much as you hope for.
Well, I think Konami had done a bad job by rubbing salt in the wounds, because I think recently they uploaded a trailer for a Silent Hill fruit machine.
Oh my god. I hate to say this, but I can't wait to the day when Konami will look back to what's happened. This has all happened this year as well, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I keep forgetting about that. It feels like it's been a while, but it's all happened this year.
Dug themselves a hole, really.
Yeah, I can't wait to have Konami look back and see what the hell happened here this year and think, you know what? I think we might have screwed up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know what to say about it myself. Cajr, what do you think about the whole Silent Hills, basically?
Alright, that's what you're on about. I don't know, don't care. Never played a Silent Hill, so...
So you don't.
Oh no, is it Konami's got shit create for some reason? There's
it basically
they're screwing
a lot of
themselves
people
over.
got
Yeah.
I love
It's
their
shot
excuse.
themselves in the foot.
I love their excuse. What there was, but no one's buying our games as much, and the thing
Well,
is, people
that's
who are
you,
buying
that's your
AAA
duty to do
games
something about it. That's
or
not
buying indie.
our problem. We're the customers. If you ain't got nothing that's interesting us, that's your problem.
Yeah, it's your problem. It's not our fault that you don't make games good enough, or you don't make games so original enough.
Well, it's just not
that we don't
appealing
give
to
a
us.
damn
As simple
anymore.
as that. It could be good or not, but
Yeah,
if you don't sell it to us well, then we're not going to buy it.
exactly.
What was the last good Konami game? And don't you dare say Revengeance.
No, I wasn't
Oh, I
going
was-
to. God, no.
That
Metal-
was, I
Metal
played
Gear
the demo,
Solid
that
Gear
was
4?
Flopped.
I'd say Metal Gear Solid 4, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that's the last best game, and that was a launch for
PS3.
PS3. So that's coming on about 7 years. About 8 years now, actually.
I mean,
I'd
maybe
say
there is.
that's-
Maybe there were smaller games, but right now that's all I can
Yeah.
think
I
of.
think
right
they've got steady income with PES, because you've always got the anti-FIFA crowd at their P's.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably their... Well, they're still bringing out a PES Pro Evo Soccer, by the way. Not the candy dispenser.
now.
You see Billy thinking, oh, they make PESs? Wow, I did not know
Well, I
that.
did actually just thought. I didn't even realise they made Pro Evolution Soccer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
the
even know
Pro Evo. So, yeah, I think that's the biggest franchise that they've still kind of got us-
Castlevania?
Yeah, that's gonna flop for quite a while.
Yeah, it's not been...
To the point where Kickstarter is making a spiritual successor.
Unfortunately, with Konami, they've always made, apart from, say,
Well,
Metal Gear Solid and...
Kickstarter's laughing, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Because they've just taken over their
games.
business.
Pretty much. What they got? Well, we've got this guy who used to make Castlevania, who's now making a Castlevania game.
Well, you know you're doing
and now
bad.
this guy's going to be making some kind of Metal Gear Solid type game. It's awesome.
You know you're doing that bad when you're sitting on all those IPs that everyone loves, that people want games with, and you're not doing it.
Well, to be honest, it's either sometimes it's a success to do that, and sometimes it's a huge flop. For example, what we talked about, was it last week about Valve? No, it wasn't last week, the week before, where we talked about Valve and their whole... people are saying that there's going to be no Half-Life 3 and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
there's a reason why there's not going to be a Half-Life 3, which is seen.
Because Valve doesn't want to make games anymore.
Exactly.
They're making quite enough with Steam, aren't they?
But then we can look at another side of a game that has not been out for a while, and I can hear that.
Well,
Sorry.
the problem with Half-Life 3 is that it's been bigged up to the point of like, it's never going to be great. Like, it's been bigged up so much, everyone's expecting this to be like the perfect game that everyone wants. Like, it's
Exactly.
going to change everything, but it's not going to.
Well,
It'd be a Duke Nukem forever.
yes, that's what I was going to move on to next, actually.
Oh yes.
Duke Nukem. Now, we've all known that the Gearbox Software and 3D Realms have been arguing about who owns Duke Nukem. In other words, 3D Realms don't understand, you do not own this anymore. Stop trying to make a Duke Nukem game. And, it ended up being settled in court. And, surprise, surprise, Gearbox has now been declared full owner of Duke Nukem. Well done, Gearbox. You now own a IP for a game that is pretty much now dead.
I don't know. It's one of those that can come back. There's always if anyone can do it, it's going to be Gearbox. You think Gearbox have got Borderlands?
Yeah, I
They could.
guess.
They could make him a special character in the next Borderlands
Hi,
game.
Billy.
Alien Colonial Marines.
Oh god.
Never forget.
Never forget. Yeah,
Well,
but
they've got Borderlands though. They could make him a special character in Borderlands.
yeah, you got to think it this way. Sometimes game
Well,
companies do
that's the only
make bad
way.
games, but they do make good games at the same time.
That's the only way Duke Nukem's going to work, is if they do remasters of their old games
Yeah,
or spin-offs and like extras in other games.
yeah. Who
It's
wants
not-
to
Yeah,
make-
forever
make-
on the Xbox
He's not
One?
going to do well on a fully fledged title. He's 290s.
No, the thing is, The only way I can see them doing something with Duke Nukem is if they completely reboot it and actually modernize it to nowadays. And I would be surprised, and I would applaud, what's it called, Gearbox. I would applaud Gearbox if they can manage to make a Duke Nukem game that is accepted nowadays. And a
Well, if
lot
anyone
of people
can,
will be-
I think Gearbox could be the ones to do it because of the success with Borderlands. I think they'll go down that route with him.
Yeah, I agree.
I think because that's the way he's been built up in the past as this larger than life kind of character, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it, like I said personally, if it perfectly into a Duke Nukem game, not Duke Nukem, a Borderlands game, as like one of the classes, make him like be a thingy. But you can't wait to get back upstairs, can you, GD?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. I agree with Adam Saw. Duke Nukem is 100% brand name. Nobody cares about it anymore for what it is.
I think the thing is, it was popular back in the 90s because it's what the 90s was remembered by. It's Duke Nukem, Sonic the Hedgehog, and no offense, nowadays they're not popular, especially Sonic. I saw that Dream Factory rubbish, mate. That is it. Dream Machine?
Well, that weren't Sega, so you can't have a go at him for that. That's
I can have a go of that.
No, because that's a purposely bad game. But they have a go at Sega for their actual shit Sonic games. You know, like Boom.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's probably worse.
Yeah, but wasn't Duke Nukem? Wasn't Duke Nukem just a rip off of Doom?
I think it was.
Well,
a lot of things was a rip off of Doom.
Yeah, that was the time. The 90s, everything was.
It was so bad that they actually turned it into a genre themselves, and now it's called first-person shooters. Call of Duty, well done. You're basically a glorified Doom rip-off.
Yeah, but any game that was the original is always going to be.
Yeah, there was classed as a Doom game back in the 90s. If it had a gun and you was in first-person mode, then it was classed as a Doom rip-off back then. And now I think a lot of people count it as a Call of Duty rip-off. Until Doom comes out, is it coming out this year or is it next year?
Who cares?
A lot of people, actually. It looks actually quite good.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority a lot tonight.
Yeah, you are, mate.
I'm in the minority a lot. This is it's where I belong anyway.
Adam says Duke Nukem is 100% brand name and nobody cares about it anymore for what it was, and that it might as well be an entirely new game with a new title. It'd probably sell better in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's just make a new IP. Just scrap the whole thing.
It's not even a relevant IP anymore.
No. It's one of those things that
It's like making a
just
Nerf
bury
Duke
it.
game. Why?
Yeah. So I'm sorry, but just bury it. Moving on. I'm sorry. This is a really slow week, but there's rumours are that Hearthstone is preparing to be a two-player co-op, fight in the game.
What's this? Well, I missed that bit.
Hearthstone is on about.
I'm not interested. Back to my laptop.
You know what? I've got an idea. Catch, have you got anything you want to talk about?
I like
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Alright, let's just move on to something else.
Right,
If you want to do Hearthstone, do Hearthstone. I'll just zone out for a bit.
I don't know. Well,
should we have our discussion anyway?
Yeah, let's just have a goddamn discussion. There we go.
About...
So, violent video games. A lot of people have been talking about that because there's been new research that has been coming out saying that violent video games have a connection to aggression. They don't say what kind of aggression, but they say it's connected to aggression. As a gamer, we've had this so many times now. We've argued about this so many times. I don't care what some person who probably has never played a video game in their entire life says about video games because they don't know the actual truth. It's the mentality of that person who's playing that game.
Yeah, it's like they're probably basing it off like a handful of incidents of people who've gone on a rampage and because of what they've done in a computer game. Yeah, there's millions upon millions of us around the world who don't go on rampages, play violent games, yet we're still ordinary people. We don't go around stabbing people or shooting people or
No, we don't.
hitting.
Well, I don't know. I played Tetris the other day. And I feel pretty angry right now.
So yeah, there's millions of us who play violent video games, and we all lead normal, happy lives.
Yeah, we're normal.
Yeah, exactly. The thing
Yeah,
is
these couple of incidents maybe which are linked to the video games because they said, oh, but it's something I played a lot of this and just made me angry. What the fuck was it? And yeah, that's what they based it on. A handful of incidents, probably.
Exactly. It's like Adam Musso says, video games equal aggression is complete bullshit. The violence is propagated by the mentality of the child or person. 99.9, I'm not saying all those nines, % of people can differentiate real life and video games and movies. Exactly. It's like saying, what's it called? Unfortunately at the moment, because video games are so popular, they are becoming the scapegoat of, this is the reason why this person is violent. It's not because of us, it's because of the video games. No, complete bull. It's mainly, in my opinion, it's mainly because of what you guys have done. Don't blame I always can't say that word. Don't blame something else. When technically it is most of the time, the guy's either a nutcase or you have caused this person to be a nutcase.
Well, I can go back to a few years ago. It's about movies. So it was the Batman with the shooting in the cinema.
Yes, good point.
Somebody walked in dressed as Bane, killed a lot of people. I'm thinking, so is it the film's fault because of the violence in the film and he's copied Bane, or is it in person? Do they blame the film because if it was a video game launch or something, would they blame the video game over the person?
No, don't blame the video game. It's like we talk about certain things all the time, especially when it comes to the video games. Especially when I think we've heard of a lot of situations that have been involved where they have said, "Oh, the reason why this guy has killed him because they saw it in a video game." No, the guy was an idiot. And then most of the time when we say, "Oh, it's 14." Yeah, he was playing a game that isn't for his age. There's a reason why there's an age on this thing here.
Well, that's the
Look
thing.
at this number. This number is not there to be pretty.
That's the thing, though, because a lot of people have a mindset of that gaming hasn't changed since the 80s. That they've got this like mindset that games are for kids.
They're not.
And for kids,
Definitely
and that's it,
not.
and they're only for kids, and that they got that set. So when they see this violent like Grand Theft Auto game, and they're going, "This is a thing for kids," they're like. That's the mentality, and they're like, no wonder why kids are violent. This is,
this could be kind of shows the society. But would you say Grand Theft Auto is now quite tame as a video game?
Yeah, it's not really like the out there, is it? Like compared to the other games.
When it first came out, yeah, it was probably the top-down version. It was probably pretty bad then because there wasn't that many. I would say 18 rated games, which had you. Basically being a thief and a murderer back then, but now we've grown up with them.
Yeah, it's like nowadays we've grown up with them. We now have reached a level in gaming where people are getting louder in the background that people can hear it on the actual mic. Anyway, didn't know this thing. Where was I going with this? Yeah, it's like, for example, there's a lot of games that, say, Game of Thrones. That's a good one. The Telltale game. That is a lot more violent than... I've just seen the first episode, and that is a lot more violent than you get from any Grand Theft Auto game. Look at some that are classed as comedy. Saints Row 4. So that can be extremely violent. But it's weird. The thing is, the games do not make people violent. That's our point. That is the whole point that we want to say about this. Games do not make people violent. You can do as many tests as you want on people, but people are different.
But there's all... Oh, go on, Billy.
The human brain is just not as simple as that. It's not just like an on-off switch to psycho off. It's not just like this one thing calls thing. There's a lot. It's mental health. It's a very complicated thing.
Exactly.
Like there's a lot of things that can take someone over the edge. Like, and
Yeah.
you can't just blame it all on one piece of entertainment.
Let's flip it over now. Couldn't you? Some people say video games are the release of their anger. They go into the video games to get rid of their anger. Like they'll go into a first-person shooter or whatever, GTA, and just kill the shit out of anything and everything, and it releases the pent-up anger. It could be. Yeah. You don't hear about that side of it. You just hear the negative side.
But then again, when people say that, they say, does that mean you're actually awarding your anger? Oh, you're not awarding your anger, you're releasing your anger. What would you rather someone do? It's like, for example, when...
well, it's just bottling it up, innit, if you don't...
It's like when people release their anger, some people go to the gym. This is just a certain way of people can go and release their anger by going to shoot some random bot in a game. It's like how many times have people gone onto a game, put on the easiest setting, and then go and kill things just because they want to go and release some stress?
I mean, for me, it's not just the general just killing for that. It's just games itself just relax me and chill me out, and that's the reason why I play them, because you have a stressful long day, and it's just a nice way of detox. Just your own piece of entertainment.
But I don't know. It's weird. The more and more we argue about it, the more there's always going to be other people who don't understand video games, who are going to argue differently.
I mean, it's gotten a lot better lately. I think gaming has become much more accepted, though.
Oh yeah, because now there's actually parents who are gamers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's come much from.
So I don't think it will be long before it's just completely accepted, and we get these kind of news stories are going to end.
Well, it's like hopefully, say in another 30 years' time, we'll actually have people who will be in. I'm going to punch you in a minute. Yeah, I'm talking to you. We could say in about another 30 years' time, we'll hopefully have people who are in the actual politics side of things, who are actual gamers. I think that's what our main problem is at the moment, is that the people who are complaining about this are people who have not grown up with video games. I think hopefully sooner than later we're going to reach a point where we will have people who are in that power who have grown up with video games and then say, yeah, but I can argue for this because I am one of these. And in my opinion, what you're saying is complete bull. Unfortunately, we've just got to wait for that. Or until actually there's a new entertainment medium out there, which unfortunately no one can see at the moment. I can't see a new entertainment medium. Can you guys?
Cheese porn.
Cheese porn, of course. Yes.
But I think gaming is going to be the main one. Because we've discussed it before, how you see more and more celebrity Hollywood actors get involved in video games.
Oh yeah, well, a lot of actors in that lot are, yeah.
Like Kevin Spacey was in the last Call of Duty.
And Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. You can get him more and more. Well, that's neither here nor there, but he was involved. I mean, you get sometimes. What game were it? Yeah, I think it was Michael Gambon. Oh, what were it? We played it the other week.
Gambon, the video game.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online. It's got like Michael Gambon in it and John Cleese.
John Cleese, yeah. Well, John Cleese has been in a lot of video games as a voice.
Yeah.
It was in Fable 3, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They got a lot of British actors to play in there.
But it's easy money for actors as well because they don't have to do that great deal.
Nah.
Well, it's like Adam says here, the average age of a video game player, excluding mobile games, of course, because you don't count them as video games. Do you want to say hi? Sorry? No, you don't. Okay. Mystery Man people.
Not such a mystery anymore.
No. They say that the average age of video game players, excluding mobile games, is 31 years old in the States. Yeah, you shush. So, we are getting older. That's a good thing. It's nice to see that we're actually young compared to the average age out there.
It's just a shame that we're still getting this stigma today because, you know,
Well, it's a good
because
thing and a bad thing. It
there's
just
probably a
shows that
lot
we're
of them,
popular.
you know, 31-year-olds that feel like they've got to bloody hide it, like the stigma, because
Well, the things.
Well, I've got there's two here for UK. One says 35 for UK, and one says 37. The average
so
age.
we're actually older here. That's nice. We're gamers here in the UK. We know how games work. Well, that's why when you hear there's some kind of test test that's been done about the aggression of video games, it's usually the Americans that are testing it because they want to protect their gun laws. Oh yes. I'm sorry if I get a shot at that. I always will get a shot at that. But yeah, like I said, hopefully in the future there'll be people who understand us. But we've got to see it this way: if people are complaining about video games, they've always done it. They've done it with music. They've done it with comic books. They've done it with movies. It just means that we're now the popular media outlet at the moment. And have you noticed that no one ever complains about news or TV when it comes to violence? Because you guys have never been popular. Like I said, it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. We've just got to wait, and it's not really affecting us that much. We continue playing games, we'll continue enjoying games, we'll continue streaming games, and people will continue watching us playing these games. In the end, this is just a test. So Americans don't shoot Brits who insult, they just troll. Good point. Sorry about that, America.
it's alright, we can take it.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Why can't we?
Oh.
I can.
But we've got a good sense of humour.
We've got a good sense. We've got a good sense of humour. We've got that British humour that people
Stiff upper
love
lip.
it. We've got a stiff upper lip. We know how to. We love everybody here, and that's not being sarcastic.
Do we?
Yes, surprisingly. Apart from that
So you
guy
just-
over there, I don't like this guy over there. No, we're all right. We like everybody.
So you think you can speak for me, do you?
Yes.
I don't love anybody
Oh.
except my son.
Let's go on to another topic. Early access with Steam. Is it broken or still working as intended? No, it's broken. Simple
I think
plot.
that-
It's broken.
I think that one's
Well,
best
it's
safe for
used-
Doc.
Yeah, I like to point out.
It's an abusable system. I mean, it's got good intentions, but it needs to shape up.
Well, it's like any system with early
Yeah.
access. It needs some work. It's like Xbox is trying to do early access at the moment. I've never actually tried it myself, but I'm going to say it's probably not the best thing. I think at the moment it's only got 3 titles here in the UK, which is Elite Dangerous, Sheltered, and...
Sorry, that's an early access.
Yeah, it's classed as early access still.
A game that's been out on PC.
Oh
for
god,
a good
yeah,
6 months.
don't say that.
Okay.
What else? The Sheltered, and I think it's the Long Dark, which is the other one, which is still classed as their preview program. Whatever.
Yeah, it's basically
early
Xbox's
access.
word of early access.
Yeah. So
I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't mind some early access games. Some of them do actually end up really good. But unfortunately, there is that shovelware stuff that gets through it too easily. It's like Rust has been out since 2013 and it's still early access. Exactly. Well, think it this way. It just shows how people can abuse some kind of power. Look at the one game that has made, I think, last time I checked, I think it was going to the $79 million. There's still no game. Star Citizen, you're done. You have brought a ship for something that you cannot use it in. Well done.
What's the zombie game? Not the H1Z2.
DayZ.
Next one, Dizzy.
H1, yeah, but you can also count H1Z1 because we've not heard much from that lately.
I did say it's H1Z1 in chat, but then I realised it's not actually H1Z1. It's Dizzy. I thought it.
That's a good point. Around 50%
yeah,
of them are
that's a
either
huge
abandoned or incomplete after over a year in it.
That's a huge percentage.
Well, that's the problem, is that a lot of people, they put their money thinking this is going to be a brilliant game. And most of them are good, don't get me wrong. But unfortunately, that's the risk that you've got to take, is that will this game actually be released? And I know it's a bad way of putting it, but unfortunately that is the point of early access, is that you're putting your money to get the game cheaper to hopefully see that this game is released. It's like saying with Kickstarter. A lot of people put their money into a game on Kickstarter hoping that the game gets released. They're hoping that the game is actually any good. And most of the time, I'm sorry, but it doesn't even happen.
Well, what it is when you Kickstarter, you're raising money to get a game announced. That's where you got to look at it. You're not, once that target's met, that game's guaranteed to be finished now.
It's like you've got to think this way. You're paying them to make the game, but it's still a very new system. That's the thing. It's a very early in the stage of system, which is still being developed as it goes along. It's like, how long have we had, say, Kickstarter now for video games? How long have we known about it? I think it's coming up to about 3-4 years at most. I think, what was the first game that I heard about it? I think it was Broken Age itself. You guys heard any games on Kickstarter before that?
What's that?
I don't really pay attention to I don't pay attention to Kickstarter.
That been successful or failed?
Well, I would say Broken Age was successful. The whole game ended up coming out. Well, half the game came out because of Kickstarter.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
I think that was a good one. I mean, I think it's only just till recently that we've got some big names heading to Kickstarter now for the first time, and until we see,
I think this is
what
the
the results
wave
of
it,
until we see the actual results of these waves of big names making Kickstarter, we can't really have a judgment of whether it's a good thing or not.
Well, there's a couple of
Just
them
a wait and see attitude right now.
Well, it's like at the moment, I think the one that has started off this wave of what's happening with Kickstarter is Mighty Number 9, which has been delayed until next year now. And there's been a lot of backlash about their new title, isn't it? But,
what was it? Because they made a successful one, they made a successful game, and then they made a sequel, but it didn't reach its specifications, and they were a bit dodgy with the the extra incentives and stuff like that. And then they made another Kickstarter for animation. Yeah.
No offense, but if you start a new Kickstarter for a new game, wait until your other game has been released.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, a lot of people are going to end up being upset, thinking, 1 minute, where the hell is this other game that you've promised us? Oh yeah, I get it, you're bringing it out on everything, because that's what our Kickstarter goal reached. But, yeah, screw it. Like I said, it's like, for example, we've now got, what is it, Ukulele is the next one that has been successful, which, Billy, you're in love with that. You can't wait for that one.
I've backed it. Yep, exactly. I backed it. It's a whole genre that I think's been neglected for the past decade.
Well, it's I was watching something talking about Banjo-Kazooie in 8 minutes on the Game Theory channel.
Yeah.
And talking about that, between Banjo-Tooie and Banjo Nuts and Bolts, there was a 7-year wait, and since Nuts and Bolts, which it got positive in critics score, but a lot of people never classed it as a successor to Banjo-Tooie.
It looks like they've just slapped on Banjo, the title, onto a completely different game.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
And now that was 2008 or 2007, and we've not heard of another Banjo game since then. So,
well, that's Microsoft's fault.
Yeah, that's Microsoft's. The thing is, that's what happened. Rare got extremely popular, and then Microsoft ended up buying them after Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, they were the kings of the genre. Like they were like
kings.
whatever genre they tried, they made the best game with it. Like a great game with it.
We've got to think this way. This is Rare, who made GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and Banjo-Tooie for the Nintendo at that time.
Fighting game as well. It was on Xbox.
Killer Instinct.
Yep, as well.
Yeah. So they have. Well, it's like I've been playing the Rare replay, and a lot of brilliant games on there. And even Conker's Bad Fur Day came out during that time as well. Another great game.
Yep.
For a more adult audience who does not like singing poop.
Oh, I played that as a kid. A lot of the jokes I didn't get when I was very young. So many references in that game.
Exactly. So then there's the is it Bloodstained, which we've talked about before, which is the Castlevania game, and Shenmue 3.
Yep, that's right.
Oh yes. So yeah, it'd been interesting to see how this new wave of Kickstarter games go, because now this time you actually have someone who is behind it, who has some influence in gaming
I'll just see the
history.
Kickstarter wave as a sort of reflection of like how much we've been missing out on a lot of games.
Time now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like when we was talking about remasters, difference between remasters and
I mean,
remakes.
we're getting all these dry spells, and we're doing all these remasters, and we've got all these companies sitting on IPs that are not being used, that actually people want.
A lot of them are just too afraid to do a new IP half the time, or use an IP that they haven't used in a while because they don't want to ruin the IP. No, screw that. Have a go of it. A lot of people will be more interested if you try and do something than not doing anything. And going back to the remake stuff,
when you have an
I don't give a
outcry
damn.
of fans that actually want it, then yeah, should give it a try. And again, I'm seeing the Half-Life.
But what about? Do they actually know how to do advance an IP? Because do they want to just remake it as the previous version, or do they want to make it completely new and ruin possibly lose fans because it's not like the original? You've got something. They might not have any ideas on how best, or too many people saying this is the way forward or this is the way forward, and it's like, well, we'll just put it on the shelf for the time being until we can get something more definitive.
But then again, it's like sometimes saying, is it better to continue with a story, or is it better to just reboot the story after so long?
Yeah, but how many times do you want to see something rebooted? I mean, you see it in movies a lot. How many times Spider-Man in the last 15 years he's been rebooted? No, but it gets to a point. How long is it going to be until, say, Tomb Raider is rebooted again?
Until it stops being successful. By the sounds of things, this one seems interesting, where she becomes a psycho killer more violent than the guys in Assassin's Creed.
But that's the point. How long is it going to be until she's rebooted again? You can't keep rebooting things just to start it again.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of reboots. I'm talking about.
I don't know. Some of them are nice. I like the Tomb Raider reboot a lot.
I think with the case of Shenmue 3, it's sort of like close to what Half-Life 3 is. People want a conclusion to the ending of the story.
Yeah, well,
I can understand if you've got an ending of the story. That's a different thing.
Because remember, like Half-Life 2, Episode 2, left it on a cliffhanger, and Shenmue 2 left things on a cliffhanger, I believe. So pretty big, you know.
It's a different thing if you've got a story to complete.
Yeah.
But like I say, if you've got like some games, I know. I don't know if anyone's picked this up, but Red Faction. I love them games. Now, not when THQ went under, I don't think anybody picked up the license to it. So somebody out there might own it by now. I don't know.
I think Deep Silver owns it now. I think so. I'm not 100% sure about that one.
But that story is not complete. They can just make their own version of either the next chapter in the story or go back to the beginning, like say a reboot, because then it's theirs. They can go from the start and right through. So.
Well, it's like another one that's saying that have any of you two played the Time Splitter games?
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to see another Time Splitters. A lot of people want to see another Time Splitters, but I think it's now owned by. This is definitely owned by Deep Silver, or is it Crytek? Either one of them owns it. And last I heard that someone was making a reload or rewind of the game, which has been sort of allowed, but I've not heard much about it nowadays. I want to see that come back, because a lot of people. Yeah, exactly, Shimmy. Time Splitter is amazing. I loved it, and I would love to see it come back again, myself. Even if it's a reboot, I don't mind. I just want it because it was British humour, and it didn't. It was funny because I think we didn't take until the third game where Americans started to realise that it was actually supposed to be humorous, not taking the game seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crytek owns it and is making a free-to-play game, I think. Yeah, there's supposed to be a group of people making the rewind version of it. Yeah, that's a good point. British humour is very rare in games nowadays because a lot of games are very rarely made in the UK nowadays.
It's not only that. They've got to be regionalised.
I think Adam Saw was mentioning is that you said British humour is so rare in games, and we were talking about Rare earlier, and that's
Oh, come on!
and that's a British
I
company
know it
as
is.
well.
It's
Like.
Lancashire. God damn it.
But it's like any kind of humour. It's regional.
Yeah.
Like even within the same country, something that might seem funny up north might not be necessarily seen the same way down south.
We have different words for cobs in each region.
For what?
For cobs.
What the fuck's a cop?
Baps.
Tea cake.
Yeah, sure. I call it a cob.
It's a tea cake.
Billy, what do you call cobs?
Uh,
Do you know what a cob is?
It's a
Cool.
circular piece of bread.
It's a circular piece of bread
Oh,
that
well, I'm not
usually
British
is made
enough.
into
Sorry.
a sandwich.
I'm not British enough. I resign.
That's a good point. Brits, devs out there, if you somehow are listening to this, stop making the goddamn horror games. Make a good game. What horror games are they making at the moment?
What?
Dead Island 2? Deep Silver's UK,
We don't
innit?
know what the hell's going on with Dead Island 2. I think that's dead, mate.
Yeah, that's. Oh no, it's not.
Yeah,
dead.
but
It's not dead.
But
What was
the
it?
thing is, you
Deep Silver's
can't
doing it on
make...
their own now, aren't they?
Buns. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Shimmy calls them buns.
Right.
Well-
Anyway, but I think you can't really make a British game because it's got to appeal to the American market as well.
Yeah,
and the
but I
same with
think-
the Americans, they've got to try and make it appeal to
Yeah,
the
but
British market.
Don't get me wrong, Americans are slowly starting to understand our humour. If you think about how many British comedians have now made it into America. Look at James Corden, for crying out loud. He now hosts a late night show in America.
Yeah, but that doesn't equate to video games just because comedians are getting it.
Yeah, but that
No,
means they are getting used to British
Well,
humour.
that's
But
not
it's
really
like
a selling point for me either. Like,
But it's like I
Like, you
said,
got
if you've got something that's specifically British, and the Americans don't understand the connection,
Yeah.
they're not going to find it funny. They're not going to see the comedy side of it. It's like we Americans, they mention something which is distinctly American, and we don't understand the reference.
What the
How
hell
are we
is
gonna
this,
find it from-
what the hell is this Western and country stuff you on about? Is it some kind of musical? No. I think the increasing maturity of video game humour might be because the average age of gamers in the States is statistically increasing. And Red Shimmy says he cannot stand James Corden.
yeah, I agree.
Well,
He's
screw
old.
you. I love, what's it called? Damn it, what's it? League of Their Own. Next you're saying that you guys don't like Jack Whitehall.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, he's
He's a twat.
If Freddie Flintoff heard that. No, yeah, what we get from this is, yeah, if you want to hear Half-Life 3, wait until it comes up on Kickstarter as a different title. Unless it gets remade. And then it can start from 1 again. I think I've cracked the...
Then
I
they'll
think I've
get to
cracked
2,
Valve's
then
code.
2.1 and 2.2, and then they'll say, we're going back to 1 again.
We will never reach the 3. What is this number? It looks like a backwards E.
No, they should do
I think-
the
I think-
Half-Life or Half-Lives.
And then bring out a what's it called, an interactive trailer to show it off. Perfect.
And then they'll call it Half-Life 2+1. And then the next one will be Half-Life 4.
Yeah. This game is so good that we completely skipped 3. Yeah, I got it with a 2+1 joke before you say anything. But oh damn, so American, I thought of the movie A League of Their Own, 1992, with Tom Hanks about American baseball during World War II. Oh yes, you have betrayed the great cheese.
No cheese pong for you.
I'm going to start all that again. So,
Anyway,
I think we're getting close to the end of the podcast, guys. I'm sorry that we're going to be cutting this a little bit early.
we're still on an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. We're
Ish.
still done-ish. Yeah. So, quick update. Updates.
You never do a quick update. You just do. You
I'm
start
just going to
going
say
over-
the
Right.
headlines.
You say-
That's it.
you
Okay,
say
wait,
20
no,
minutes.
No. Okay, I will promise you this will be quite quick.
Oh.
Okay? So first of all, Destiny the Tekken King is changing how you find the upgrade of new gear. Yeah, so there you go. Destiny is still alive. Fallout Shelter has topped 1 billion played sessions in its first month, but that's not all. It has done a lot of other things. Had made loads of babies. 82 million babies, in fact. All the Witcher 3's free DLC is now available, including the new Game Plus mode. In other words, there's no more new free DLC coming out for The Witcher 3. Hearthstone Grand Tournament expansion is launching on August the 24th, so that is Monday. Team Fortress 2 gets beta rugby mode from the studio behind Star Wars and Star Trek movies. Okay. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time is out on September the 9th. Black Ops 3 PS4 beta is live right now, a bit early. Yeah, good for them. Developer Press Play asks public to choose
My
next
job.
project. Now, if you don't know what Press Play is, it's the guys who made Max: The Curse of the Brotherhood and Kalimba.
Never heard of them.
Yeah. Windows 10 Xbox app updated to officially offer Xbox One streaming at 1080p and 60 frames per second, which means it looks a little prettier. Is it just on availability? No, Kickstarter is not considering equity crowdfunding. I didn't know someone was asking this. Oh, the WWE 2K16 latest roster update brings newcomer Kevin Owens to the ring. I'm sorry, but I was expecting him to be showing up in the game anyway. Wasn't you, Cajr?
Yes.
Yeah. Bungie yeah, screw you, Bungie. Batman Arkham Knight gets Dark Knight's Tumblr next month. A 1989 Batmobile today. Someone has beaten Splunky in 101 seconds in a world record speed run. Scooby-Doo has been announced for LEGO Dimensions, and there's a trailer.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that game there.
Doom community mourns long-time award-winning modder Ty Halderman, who died aged 69. He had a short battle with brain cancer. Kingdom Hearts, something to do with Disney Infinity.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Mike Mitchell's volume delayed on Vita, cross-buy with PS4 will still be honoured, and Phantasy Star Online 2 coming to PlayStation 4 in 2016. There we go. Those who are active streamers help out on the regular podcast.
You're not really struggling with the chat RVG then.
I'm struggling with many things today, and people have noticed that. This has not been the best podcast that we have done for a while. Yeah, it could be worse. It could be last week's.
It wasn't me. It's not my fault.
Yeah, we're still blaming Windows 10 for that.
Yeah, Windows 10.
Blame Windows 10. Before we move on to before we move on to the new releases of the week, let's do our usual. What are you guys up to? Are you got any game night planned? Blah de blah de blah. Starting with you, Billy.
Expect daily videos of Majora's Mask because I'm publishing them there.
Which will also appear in a playlist on Crave Your Game
Yep.
YouTube channel.
Keep in mind it's non-commentary, so it's just my playthrough of it. So,
Yeah. We are calling
say,
it a
say if you just
non-commentary
happen to be,
playlist.
say if you just happen to be playing Majora's Mask and you need help getting an extra heart piece or mask, you can use my videos to help you find it.
Yep.
Just consider it a little video guide.
So yeah, that's what Billy's doing. But if he's doing any streaming, which I'm going to say we doubt he will do any streaming, you can find
Thanks, Virgin.
him at twitch.tv/Billy Boomers.
Yep.
Caj, what about you? Have you got any game nights planned? Have you got any streams planned? And before you say yes, we are going to be doing a WWE stream tomorrow.
Yes, I was going to say tomorrow, Thursday, for anyone who listens to this on Friday, with WWE with you to finish off the SummerSlam. Well, anything planned for Sunday?
A couple of us are going to be on GTA, I guess. I want to play the Hasta La Vista mode.
What the fuck's the Hasta La Vista mode?
Exactly.
Anyway, Sundays recently my internet's been really playing up, so I'm not sure about that. Problems on Sundays.
Yeah. Okay. So if anything else? Sorry.
No, I can't think of anything because I'm working long hours now, so gaming time's shit.
If Caj is going to be doing any stream, you can find him at twitch.tv/CAJR87. By the way, you can also follow both of them on Twitter by basically doing the same thing. Go at CAJR87 down that way, or at Billy Boomers for Billy. Or if you like the cheese porn, you can follow that at GDW2007.
Yes. Yeah.
A live WWE stream, yes. Not a live... whoa, 1 minute. Not a live WWE as in the actual event, as in our predictions. Might as well put that out there. We do not have the rights to actually stream SummerSlam.
Well, if 4 doesn't work, it may well be for live
Fuck
WWE.
off, that's going to work.
That's what I'm going to say. If it don't work...
Shut. Do not take.
If it doesn't work, you'll be having a match against GD, won't you?
Anyway,
kick his fucking ass.
Anyway, for me, expect to see me do... I got a new game sent to me today from... yes, called Disc Storm. So I'll be doing a stream on a game called Disc Storm sometime next week. Don't know when about, though. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to be doing our WWE predictions, finishing those off. I think we've got 3 more matches to do.
3 matches, yeah.
Yeah. Then, like I said, Sunday, we're probably going to be playing some GTA. After the podcast, we are going to be playing a bit of Quiplash, which you can find on my channel. We will mention that in a minute. And also on Monday, we are going to be doing Cards Against Humanity. So expect to see that at 9 PM Monday. And you can find all these at twitch.tv/GDW2007. Like I said, you can follow me on Twitter at GDW2007. You can follow Crave Your Game at Crave Your Game. Also, for the audio version of the podcast and the updates, you can find those and other random pieces of news. You can find those at by going to craveyourgame.wordpress.com. You can also watch some of the fun videos, including the podcast, by going to www.youtube.com/craveyourgames. That's plural, games. Don't ask. Also, if you're 18 or over and you want to find out what we are going to be doing game night wise, you can find out. And also, it's a fun community as well by going to cravethegame.net. I promise you, we don't bite. Unless you like that thing.
No one set heavily on you.
You'll set heavily on you. Talk about heavenly, she's going to be on next week.
Oh.
Yeah. Still no Doc next week. I'm just going to say that now. We haven't got Doc for the next couple of weeks, unfortunately, because of reasons. Not bad reasons for us. No, it's stuff.
Just clear reasons.
It's just reasons, yeah. So let's move on to the games that are being released this week. Boop. Moving the thing. Yeah. Boop. Starting with, on Friday, Risen 3 Titan Lords Enhanced Edition comes out on the PS4. On Tuesday, the 25th of August, Mega Man Legacy Collection comes out on the Xbox One, PS4 and PC as digital only. So there you go, that's what games are going to be coming out this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Q's outside game tonight.
Next week there is a lot more games coming out. We've got Madden coming out on the Thursday, and then we've got Until Dawn, One Piece, Pirate Warriors 3, Devil's Third, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Dishonored Definitive Edition, Disney Infinity 3.0 all coming out on Friday the 28th of August. So we've got some good games on its way. I think we're just on the last week of the flood of new games coming out.
You're going to be sick of games soon. No, they're going to come at you at full force soon.
Think this way, we are basically full of games until the 8th of December. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Say goodbye to all your money.
And then just to rub things in afterwards, they'll have a Steam winter sale starting from the 8th.
Oh, no. My wallet.
Oh, God, it's going to die. It's just going to die of exhaustion. So, anyway, yes, that is it for this week. I am really, really sorry for this week, I guess.
Can't be sorry if there's no news.
Yeah. Blame the news.
Damn it, news. Why can't you have news?
But we managed to do a podcast. So, tune in next week for me, Cajr, and Heavenly, where we will talk, hopefully, about some gaming news that has actually happened. I think PAX Prime next week? Either way, we might get a date for Final Fantasy 15 next week. Hopefully. Doubt it. But until then, thank you for joining us. Good night, everybody. And we will be back next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Bye-bye.
What do you think of Windows?
Yes, because I didn't wait for the download.
Yeah. So, Doc, what do you think of it?
I really like it. I do prefer it to 7, and I definitely prefer it to 8, which is
that's a no-brainer.
It's sleek. It runs really quickly. You haven't got all the tiles everywhere, which I really like. I'm really enjoying it. It seems to work for quite a lot of things. Some things are still... Upsettingly, I didn't read one thing which would have stopped me from doing it.